Hey, Duygu.
Hey,
Hey,
hello.
there you are. How you doing?
I am good. And my son.
Oh, what is that? I couldn't see that. Is that?
Yeah, it's my kitten.
Oh, I couldn't see it. Can I see it again?
Okay, because of.
Oh, look at that.
Bye bye.
Is he a friendly cat?
Yes, but now not.
Not too friendly, huh? I see. I see. All right. Okay. Now, I wanted to go over the homework
Okay,
real quick. Okay. Um, okay. Let me see if let me copy and paste this. Okay. I share my screen and okay. All right. Now, um, let me just do insert today's date
okay.
and and going over the homework. So, um, right. So you said Sarah should have paid attention. There's one thing missing here. Sarah should have paid attention. Do you know what is missing there?
Mm, mm-mm.
Pay attention to the
Okay.
reminders. Okay. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
you pay attention. The structure is to pay attention
To
to something.
something. Okay.
Okay, that's the structure, to pay attention to something. So let me put this in bold and increase the font to the reminders on her phone and calendar. It's an A.
Okay.
She could have told that she had a busy schedule. She could have told that she had a busy schedule. That's fine. What's this doing here? Oh, well, she could have told, or she could have said
Okay.
that she had a busy schedule. I would have apologized and told him told all my
My
feelings.
feeling. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, David shouldn't have become preoccupied with other tasks and personal commitments. He could have prioritized his crucial project with a specific deadline. I would have taken on a new essential project and would have completed it successfully. Okay, good. She could have informed her friends she couldn't come to her party. I would have sent a gift with a sincere celebration and
Apologize not.
an apology note.
Apology not. Sorry.
An apology note to the party.
Okay.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now Mark could have picked up the phone and listened to his friend. I would have paused. I would have paused. I would have paused. What? I would have paused the video game
Mhm.
and would have picked up the phone. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And Laura could have put some reminders about the book to herself. Uh, could have put some reminders. Well, I don't know if we can say put some reminders. Maybe you can say could have set some
Okay.
reminders about the book,
Mm-hmm.
set some reminders to herself. I would have been more meticulous. Ooh, meticulous.
Yes.
All right. In returning the book I borrowed. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. I like it. I like it. Thank you. Thank you for that. And all right. Now, what do you think about the news stories?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a chance to do that assignment?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, Good. I have some new words,
Mm-hmm.
and I
You know what I just realized? I just realized that I forgot to I forgot to check that other homework.
okay.
Because I think I asked you to write any sentences
My
with
new
any
word. Yes.
new words. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you wrote any sentences. I did you?
Yes, I did.
You did. Let
Mm-hmm.
me see. Oh yes, here it is. Okay, compared to withdrawal symptoms, synthetic opiates are more potent than cocaine. All right, he loves her obsessively. He should curb his feelings because she's married. Okay, curb. That's a word that you learned, curb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Curb is like limit.
Mm-hmm.
It means to put a limit to something. Curb. He should curb his feelings because she's married. Although his situation is harrowing, it will have deteriorated day by day like a septic scar. I revolve around Arif, who is the hardest worker in the class, to acquire notes before exams. Okay, if Arif doesn't give the notes, I will resort to the class teacher. Very good, very good. I will resort to the class teacher. Okay. Um, Her wisdom always sheds light on my opinions and reminds me of the grim reality of life. Yes. Okay, sure. All right. So resort to the class teacher. So when you, like, for example, um, resort, um, so the meaning of resort is clear to you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Deteriorate,
Yes.
okay, means to become worse and
Worse.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, become worse. All right, harrowing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And all right, now let me take a look at the next one. If I were the prosecutor of this case, I would have called it involuntary manslaughter without deeper investigations and deliberations. Oh, okay. Her uncle's boy was deemed a thief last year. People talk about her uncle's negligence when her cousin was a child. My company published a groundbreaking verdict about our bonus. They decided to pay it $1,000 every month. It will be able to set a precedent as a best practice for the other companies in our sector. Good, good. His grandfather's poignant memories of war have caused devastating consequences for his family relations. Devastating. All right, devastating. Okay, now, Duygu,
Mm-hmm.
um, I text you, right, and ask you questions or um, ask you questions uh, about previous classes, right? About stuff that
Okay.
we went over in previous classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so one thing that I like to do is this. When I ask you a question, I usually I usually um, I usually let you know in the question. How can I explain it? Let me give you an example, okay? Um, okay, I will, for instance, for example, let's say I want you to use resort to in your answer. I will probably ask you a question so that you use resort in your answer.
Okay.
But instead of using resort in my question, I will use a similar uh, I will use a similar word with the same meaning. Okay, does that make sense? Um, for example, let me see. Hold on one second. Um, um, okay, so for example, are you seeing my Word document?
Yes,
Okay. So for example, I may ask you something like this. Um, when was the last time you postponed a meeting? Okay. And I will write postpone in italics. And when you see this, is because I want you to answer the question using a similar word to postpone.
Okay.
And the similar word to postpone is
Put off.
put off. Right. Okay. So can you answer this question?
Uh, this morning, I put off a meeting.
Okay. All right. This morning I put off a meeting. Exactly. Okay. So when you see this, is because I want you to use a similar word. It's probably a word that we went over in a previous lesson.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, um, this morning I put off a meeting. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, can you try a different answer, a more complete answer to this question?
Okay.
Let me give you,
I put off.
well, no, I want you to begin your answer with the.
um, the last time I
Yes.
put off a
Last time
meeting,
I put off a meeting.
I was like
Take your time.
meeting. Uh, yeah, I was in Ankara, for example. I meeting. My boss was angry with me.
Well, I'm interested in knowing um the time. Well, not the time, but was it 2 days ago or 3 days ago or a week ago?
Okay. The last time I put off a meeting,
Mhm.
yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, there's one thing missing. Look, let me show you something else. When was when was your When was your birthday? Can you give me a complete answer?
My birthday was
Mhm.
18 July. On 18 July.
Was on July 18th.
18.
Okay, good. Now use this same answer to answer this question.
The last time I put off a meeting
Uh-huh.
on March 27th.
Okay, there's still something missing. Look, this is the subject,
Mhm.
and here's the subject. In this question, this is the subject,
Okay.
and this is the subject right here.
Okay, meeting was.
Right, was on March 27th. Okay. All right. Now, Duygu, when was the last time you saw Arif?
The last time I saw Arif was
Huh?
2 weeks ago.
Exactly, exactly. When was the last time you saw Arif? The last time I saw Arif was 2 weeks ago. All right. Now, when was the last time you got really, really angry?
The last time I was really, really angry is 2 days ago.
Okay. All right. So yes, the last time I got really, really angry was 2 days ago. Exactly. Very good. Okay. All right. Now I wanted to go over that question because not too many people know how to answer that question. Okay. So all right. So excuse me. So, just to make sure that you don't forget the meaning of these new words, I will probably ask you a question, not using those same words, but I will ask in a way so that you have to use those words in your answer. Does that make sense?
Evet.
Okay. All right. Now, uh, do you want to tell me? Um, do you want to tell me those? Do you want to tell me those about those two events?
I didn't understand, I think.
Well, you were going to, you were going to read the news stories, and then you were going
Yes.
to practice. All right.
Mhm.
Now try to use um, as many new words as you can. So let's start with the fentanyl crisis in the US.
Okay.
So remember the story? Remember what it is about?
Yes, I remember
Okay.
something. I tell you story.
Yeah, yeah, tell me the story. If I mean if you if you want to if you remember the story, if you want to if you want to remember what the story's about, or if you want to if you forgot about the story, it's okay. We can, we can do this next week. But what I was hoping for you to do was to tell me the story in your own words.
Okay, I remember the story.
Okay.
Fentanyl crisis. In the United States, fentanyl crisis became an vital case throughout the country. The death number is known to be 100,000, over 100,000, I remember. One of the former addicts, I don't remember his name, but former addict from San Francisco, I think,
Yeah, his name is
shared
Brian.
Brian, okay, shared his memories about his past 3 years. He witnessed many overdose deaths. Also, he often stole something to buy his oidi, odi, oidiots, opidios, opioids.
Opioids. Yes.
And his health became worse day by day. And he had a septic leg and infections in his body. Despite all this, he managed to survive. And for almost a year, he has been clean. And I think his story can be told a well done examples of addiction cases, for example.
Okay. All right. Now, how was his experience of addiction?
Not,
How was
huh,
Yeah.
huh.
Was it a nice experience of addiction?
No, but at the end of the story, he survived this bad case.
Okay. Well, his he in this story, right? Brian shared his bad experience of addiction,
Yes.
right? But the story doesn't say bad experience of addiction. The story says something else.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's
Harrowing, not
harrowing.
harrowing.
Yes. Harrowing experience of addiction, right? Okay. Um, so he had to buy drugs, right?
Yes.
He always had to buy drugs to to feel better, to avoid symptoms.
Hı hı.
And sometimes he had to do something. Remember what he had to do in order to be able to buy drugs? He had to do something.
Hmm. Resort
So,
to, you mean? Resort
right.
to,
Yes,
resort
he
to
right.
mm,
Resort to
thief,
right, resort to theft.
theft, sorry. Theft.
Right, exactly. He resorted to theft to be able to buy drugs. Okay.
Hı hı.
So Duygu, to practice all these words, to practice all these expressions, this is what we're going to do. We are going to associate somebody,
Hı hı.
okay, with the story. So, for example, in this story, there's Brian. Brian is the main character in this story. Okay, so let's try to remember Brian. Picture Ryan in your mind. What does Brian look like to you? How do you picture Brian? How do you imagine Brian?
Like homeless.
Right, a homeless person, probably with a long beard and mustache, and probably he has white hair, um, and maybe he's very thin,
Hmm.
because he's homeless. Okay, so we're going to associate Brian with all these new words.
Okay.
Okay, and that is going to help us um, remember these new words. Okay, this is a good way to memorize these words. We're going to associate somebody with these words. In this case, we're going to associate Brian.
Hı hı.
All right. Okay. Now, uh, Brian had a problem with his legs. What was the
Yeah.
problem with his legs?
His leg is septic.
Right, his legs were septic.
Verb.
Okay. Right, his legs were septics. And was his health getting better?
His health uh, getting better. Mm,
I'll give you a hint. No, it wasn't getting better. It
yes,
was it was getting worse, right?
yes. Deteriorate. Deteriorated. Deteriorate.
Yeah, his health
His health
was deteriorating.
deteriorate.
It's a difficult word to pronounce.
Yes.
Yes,
Deteriorate. Deteriorate.
right, deteriorate. Okay, his health was deteriorating. Okay. Um, okay. All right. And um, okay. And the other one was okay. All right. All right. Do you want to try the next story?
Okay. In United States, in Michigan, I remember, in Michigan, United States, a high
Mhm.
school student shot the other 4 students, and he has been found guilty. But the interesting thing is his parents were also considered guilty because they had to secure the gun to protect innocent people from any potential harm.
Right.
And according to the other information, their son exhibited different concerning behaviors, like cries for help, for example. But they didn't take any action for this situation. So they were judged guilty.
Right. They were considered.
Considered, yes.
They were considered guilty, or there was another word for considered.
Deemed.
Exactly. They were deemed guilty. Deemed guilty. All right. And yes, they were deemed guilty for something.
Involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, involuntary manslaughter, right? But that's manslaughter. Yeah, that's the charge. But he was, or the father, I think the father was, yeah, the father was deemed accountable, or was deemed guilty for failure to take proper care.
Negligence.
Right.
Because of his negligence.
Right. He was deemed guilty for negligence. Okay, negligence. All right. Okay.
But to remember these words are very hard.
Yeah. Well, what I'm looking for with these news stories is that you learn new vocabulary, you learn new expressions, and then we can associate the main character of the story with these new words and expressions. Okay? So now, for example, James, all right, James Crumbly, the father of Ethan Crumbly, was deemed guilty for something. What was he deemed guilty for? Remember, failure to take proper care.
Negligence.
Right, negligence. Okay, negligence. So I'll probably ask you this question in a text message. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I was okay. All right. Now we can try next time, maybe not a new story, or maybe did you find this new story a bit difficult?
Yes.
All right. Maybe we can try a lower level because that was level 3. Maybe we can try level 2 or maybe level 1.
But I looked at the level 1 and 2. I know all words,
Okay.
but this is hard for me. Uh,
Level, let's try,
yes.
we can try level 2 next time.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice telling a story.
Yes.
Okay. Practice telling a story. Now remember, read the story 3, 4, 5 times until you feel comfortable telling the story. Okay. Let's try it next time with level 2. All
Okay.
right. I'll send you another news story. And what I'm hoping to hear from you is I want you to tell me the story. Think of it as a presentation. Okay, it's going to be you're going to present to me a news story. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Remember the story about Olga?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit. All right. So it's going to be like that. Okay, it's going to be like that. You're going to remember when we practice that story, you you told me the story a couple of times, trying to use the new idioms, the new expressions.
Okay.
Okay, so we're with these new stories, we're going to try to do the same.
Mhm.
And you're going to tell me the new story. You're going to tell me the story using the new vocabulary and the new expressions. All right. Okay. Now, uh, let's see. All right. Now, in our last, um, in our last, in our previous meeting, we started talking about age. That was our topic of discussion, right?
Mhm.
Can you see my Word document?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. So, um, all right. Now we talked about this mixed up vocabulary, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to show you some expressions.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want to know if maybe you know some of these expressions, maybe you don't. So that's what I want to find out. Okay. Let me show them to you. Hold on one second. All right. Do you know? Try the first one. Can you read it out loud?
Yes. Ben wants to be an archaeologist when he grows up.
Exactly. When he grows up. Okay. All
Mhm.
right. Try the next one.
He is getting on it, but he's still got a great voice. Mm,
This idiom or this expression means to get old.
mhm.
To get old. All right. It's
I
okay if
don't
you
know.
don't. It's okay if you don't know. Let's try the next one.
You look good for your blah blah. What's the secret?
Mhm.
You look good for your. I don't know.
Okay, let's try the next one.
The 19 was the golden age.
Yes,
Oh,
1930s were the golden age of jazz. Very good. And the next one, or the last one?
Disneyland was fantastic. We had the mm, our lives lives dash best of our lives. Best of olabilir mi? Not sure.
No,
No.
no, that's okay. Now let me show you the answers. So
Hmm.
we got the first one right when he grows up. Now he is getting on. Let's leave he's getting on for last. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You look good for your what do you think?
Your age, I think.
Yes, you look good for your age. Exactly. Do you know what that means? Can you guess what that means?
I think young.
Right. If someone looks younger than
Young mı?
we
Hmm.
are, that's what we tell people. Okay, you look good for your age. In Turkish, I think you say göstermiyorsun, yaşını göstermiyorsun, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yaşını göstermiyorsun. I think you say
Yes.
in Turkish, right? Okay, so in English we say you look good for your age,
Okay.
all right? All right. And Disneyland was fantastic. We had the
Hmm. Bit bit of our lives? No. Time of
time of our lives there. Yes,
lifestyle.
the time of our lives.
Hmm.
Okay. And he is getting on a
Bit.
bit. But he's still got a great voice. Okay. So getting on a bit means to get old.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. He's getting on a bit. It's an idiom, it's an expression that means to get old.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Um,
The time of our lives, yani long time we
well, it
were
means
there.
if you had the time of your life,
Mm-hmm.
it means you had a great time.
Okay.
Okay. So for
Hmm.
example, I had the time of my life when I was in my um, in my late teens,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
early 20s.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay. That means I had a great time
Mm-hmm.
in my late teens. So when did you have the time of your life?
Mm, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe uh maybe
Or
my 13.
or
Not
maybe you
13.
can think of a moment or a day where you had a great time.
Hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to be a long period of
Period.
time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, your last vacation, maybe.
Hmm.
Or for example, I went to I went to Egypt and I had such a great time. I had the time of my life there.
Okay. It is
Okay?
not related to periods or
No, no,
childhood, blah blah,
no.
not like that.
Right.
Okay.
It could be a vacation that you had. It could be a day in your life. It could be or it could be a long period of time in your life.
Okay.
So can you think of a time where when you had the time of your life?
Mm, 8 years ago, we
Mhm.
visited to Rome in Italy, and
Right.
it was the time of my life.
Right. It was the time of your life, or you had the time of your life.
Okay. I had the time of my life.
Right. You had the time of your life. Okay. All right. So, for example, a question that I may ask you in a text message might be, Duygu, when was the last time you had a great time? And then you'll say, "Oh, Antonio, I when I went to Italy, I had a great time. I had the time of my life
Life.
there."
Okay.
Okay? So why? Because I want you to incorporate all these idioms, all these idioms into your vocabulary. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to incorporate. Have you ever heard this word before?
Mm-mm.
Incorporate means to include
Okay.
include all
Mm-hmm.
these idioms into your vocabulary. I want you to start using all these words and all these idioms. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Um, for example, do you know someone who is getting old?
I know my grandfather is getting on a bit nowadays.
You
No,
see?
not nowadays.
Right, very good. You see? So you that way you incorporate this new idiom into your vocabulary. Okay. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh yeah, my grandfather is getting old," you can say,
My grandfather is getting on a bit.
exactly. Very good. Very good. Okay. Good. All right. Now, um, okay. Now, um, we are going to we're going to discuss uh, the following topics, the following questions. So the first one is, what's the best age to be, Duygu?
I think um, the best um, 30 age is the best age for me.
Can you say that again, please?
30s
Oh,
are
you're uh-huh.
the best ages to be.
The best age to be is your 30s.
Yes, the
Okay,
best
so the
age.
best age to be is your 30s.
Okay.
Okay, your 30s. All right. Why do you say that? Why is the best age to be your 30s?
I think you can be more mature
Sure.
than uh, your younger time.
Hmm.
So maturity is important for living a meaningful life, I think.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Now, what about this? How old were you when you left home?
Mm. When I left home, I was 18
Mhm.
because of university.
Because of university. All right. And um, if you had to do it again, would you leave home at 18?
Mm.
If
Yes,
you had to do it again, would you?
I would.
Right, you would. Okay. All
My
right.
short answer.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
no. Okay.
All right. What about this other question? So, what advice would you give to someone half your age?
Mm. My half, like someone half my age is uh, at uh, high school now, I think. Uh, so I advise them.
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm, don't panic. It is just an exam for university.
Right.
I think you uh, should have, yok, not should have, you should uh, give your give yourself good times. You should
You should try
you
to
should
enjoy. You
yes,
should try to enjoy as much as possible.
yes.
Okay. And would you like to live until you were 1,000?
Oh, I wouldn't like to live until my thousand.
Until my until yeah, I wouldn't
Uh,
like to live
until yes, until my thousand is not suitable.
until my 1,000. You
Until
could
I were 1,000.
until I were 1,000 or until I was 1,000.
No, I wouldn't like to live until my uh, 1,000
Because
because uh, my beloved ones uh, might be not might be yes might be dead
why?
because my beloved ones
Oh,
uh,
all right, because your beloved ones, okay, or because
mm,
your loved ones.
loved ones uh, might be dead or might be die like
Right.
that
Yeah, your loved ones might die.
might die because not past uh, so it uh, it can be harrowing for me.
Right. Very good. It can be a harrowing what? It could be a harrowing,
Harrowing
it can be
for
a
me.
right. It can be harrowing, yes, or it can be a harrowing. What's the word that we can put right next to harrowing?
Mm,
Remember the word next to harrowing in the news story?
no.
Hmm. It,
Harrow.
it it can be a harrowing experience.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those in English, there is something called this collocations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Collocations are two words that usually go together.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, if I say to you harrowing, the 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 word that you will probably hear next to harrowing is always experience. So
Experience.
those right. So that's a collocation, harrowing experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, all right. So yeah, it could be a harrowing experience to see all your loved ones die. Okay. All right. Now, um, and uh, this. Hmm, what about this one?
Mhm. Hmm. If um, if the meaning of this question is romantic relationship,
Yeah,
I think I think important.
you think it's important? Okay.
It's
Wow.
important. Uh, I don't know. Different uh, generation.
Mhm.
Uh, Sometimes different generation uh, cannot uh, cannot anlaşmak, cannot uh,
Cannot agree on
agree
things.
on something
Right. I cannot agree on something. Okay. Or
because
can
they have different perspective because of
Mhm.
their ages.
Mhm. Mhm.
So mm, it can be hard for uh, their relationship, but
Mhm.
some couples can be successful despite having mm, age difference.
Right.
But generally, it is important for me.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Um, okay. Now for homework, I will send you um I will send you another. Remember that Olga story?
Yes.
Okay. I will send you another story like that one.
Okay.
Okay. And so I want you to practice that story. Okay. Practice that story. Uh, if there are if there are words that you don't know, look them up. Then use the pictures to tell the story.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And next week, you're going to tell me that story. And you're going to try to use as many new words as possible. Okay. And next week we'll go over one of my favorite topics in English. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Um, what do we say what do we say we want to finish a meeting?
Night. It
Right.
but not ne night.
Something about
Let's
night.
let's uh let's blah blah a night. Let's
Right. That's
but
blah blah night. Let's call it a night.
yes, call it a night.
Let's call it a night. All right. Okay, so I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Duygu, have a great weekend.
You too, Antonia.
All right. Say hi to Ari for me.
Okay, tomorrow he will be here, and I will say your hello to him.
Okay, great. All right, so he's coming to Izmir tomorrow.
Yeah,
All right. Excellent. Excellent. All right, good for you. He's coming back from, remind me,
Switzerland.
Switzerland. All right. All right. And how long is he gonna be here in Izmir?
I don't know, but I guess 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days.
Mhm.
Oh, and then he's going where?
The same location,
Same
Switzerland.
location. I see.
Mhm.
Oh well.
Have a good night. A little
All
bit
right.
tired we are.
Yeah, we're a bit tired. Yes, I know. I know.
Okay.
All right, get
Bye
some
bye.
rest. Get some rest,
Okay.
and I'll talk to you. I'll
You
talk to
too,
you
you too.
tomorrow.
Hmm?
Okay, I'll text you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Remember,
Okay, bye bye.
we have to practice. We have to do this every day. Okay, so that we
Yes,
don't forget.
I need Antonio.
All right. Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
All right. See ya. Bye bye.